Hey guys, um, I decided to try and make a little video. I thought it'd be a little bit more fun to listen than to read a whole lot. So, um, 24 to explore is right around the corner. I know 3 months seems like a long ways, but I know it's going to be here before we know it. So I definitely wanted to go ahead and get started on getting prepared. So I kind of want to go over exactly what we are going to be doing. Um, Here we go. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the songs that we've decided. Um, Through a lot of praying, I think that we've decided on four great songs that have a lot of meaning and purpose for our church at this time. And the first song is called "In Your Presence" by Elevation. It's on their most recent album, and it's an awesome song. It just talks about, of course, being in God's presence, and um, the part that I really like is the bridge. Um, the bridge says, "You will be our guide to the end," and I just felt like that spoke to us so much that God is going to guide us to the place that He's called us to, and I just think it's going to be a powerful moment that night. The second song, which is kind of an older song, one that we'll be very familiar with, that I think everyone there should be probably familiar with it, is "God of the City," "God of this City," I believe, by Tomlin, a passion, and an awesome song, which of course speaks, how much more can that song represent what we're doing? We're going to be in the city of Greensboro. Greater things have yet to come. Greater things are still to be done, and that's our mission. That's our purpose for Greensboro, and so we're gonna sing that and declare it, and I believe that's gonna also be a powerful time. Right after that, Mitch actually came up with this idea to sing "Greater" by Elevation. Um, so going from "Greater things have yet to come" and "Greater things are still to come" into, "God, you are greater." I think they tie in really well, and I love that song, especially Israel singing that with Elevation. That's an awesome song. Okay, and the last song is "Oceans" by Hillsong. This is a new song. This is off of United's new album. It's a song about faith. It's a song about stepping into the unknown, and again, speaks directly to our church. A lot of us are personally stepping out into faith, stepping out onto the water. Great song, and I really felt like these four songs kind of tie in really well together and kind of almost tell a story of being in God's presence. We're declaring that greater things have yet to come to the city, that God has awesome things in store. Into "God, you are greater." We're believing that you are greater. Into our personal stories, our personal lives, that we are going to step out on faith. I think that is pretty cool. All right, so the first song, "In Your Presence," is a song that I'm going to lead, and I'm going to be doing it in the key of B. That's B as in boy. I will be sure to put a PDF of the chords somewhere on this page, and that's that. The next song, "God of the City," Jen will be leading, and that's also going to be in the key of B. And the next song, "Greater," is also in the key of B. So the transitions between the first three songs should be very easy and should be very good. Um, the last song, Oceans, if I didn't mention, Jen is leading three of the songs. So she's leading the second, the third, and the fourth. So Oceans she'll be leading, and that's in the key of D, as in dog. So as far as vocalists, I really want to. I really don't want to focus a lot on harmony. I really want the vocal to be on the lyrics and just of the melody of these songs. I don't think harmony is going to play a major role. I may do some harmony. I'm not sure, and the reason, there's a few reasons for that. Like I said, I want us to focus more on the actual song and not so much beautiful harmonies. But our practice time together is going to be very limited. I don't know if we'll have any, really, depending on if we can get together online through iChat or Google Plus. I don't know if that's going to be a possibility with the latency issues or what, but I know I have been throwing the idea around to Kindle about possibly coming back to Baltimore before 24 to Explore, and having the chance to set up maybe a practice with you guys. So let's talk about what exactly we're looking at. So what we're looking at is that I'll be playing an acoustic guitar, this one to be exact. Ray, this is actually the first time that you're really hearing this, but I would love for you to play electric lead. The best way to describe, I think what I'm looking for is something that's very ambient and big. A lot of delay, a lot of reverb, something that's going to fill up a lot of space. And that's pretty much it. I would love for you if you could somehow capture the actual the leads that are in the songs, and maybe make them your own in a sense. But if you can make it feel like the original song, I think that would be great. And we'll talk more about that, of course. But that's kind of an introduction of what I see. I think Jen is pretty much our primary vocalist. She's going to be leading 3 of the 4 songs, and she has a lot of work, or you have a lot of work cut out for you, Jen. You have some lyrics to memorize. You're singing those 2 songs in B. Some of those notes are going to be high for you, I think. So you're going to be working on those, I hope. So that's pretty much that. So myself on acoustic, Jen vocals, and Ray lead. So I really want us to focus on really what we're doing. I really want Ray to focus on creating this layer of ambient, just thick guitar, and I just want you to really focus on. I want Jen to focus on the melodies and really focus on what you're singing. Be really in prayer and conscious of what you're saying, and because I really want to start. This is the first time that I think we're really leading worship for Piedmont. So I really want to start it off right. Let's really focus on what we're doing. Focus on worship. You understand what I'm saying. So I think that covers that. If you have any questions, we'll talk more. Something that I wanted to talk about, I think something that I might try to do, is something that I've done in the past in certain situations, depending on, I guess, the song, or depending on who's playing, or what kind of style or whatever. But the idea is that I will run a single note pad or a string. So for example, during, I think I have the one in B here, the one in D, I'm sorry. Um, so this is just GarageBand. This is a reflective string, and it's just playing the one note. It's playing a D. I'll turn it up a little bit. So the idea is that if we can incorporate this in our mix, it will help add another layer, help kind of thicken things up. And I think the kind of the pedal tone it's called, it will create this very kind of ambient, worshipful. I don't think I have to explain it too much. I think you guys kind of get the idea, I hope. So if I were to play Oceans over this is kind of what it would sound like. I'll give you an example. I'll try. So that's kind of the idea, and obviously right now on this mic, the mix of these two things is not probably great, but hopefully it's close enough for you to get the idea of what it could do. So that's the idea. So I've already kind of talked to Kendall, and we've kind of worked out whoever's going to be doing running per presenter, will pretty much be kind of helping us run this as well. And it's going to be easy because we'll have one pad that will pretty much cover the entire first 3 songs. I may change the sound of one of them, just depending. I haven't really decided. I know I like this reflective string probably for Oceans, but what to use on the others, I'm not really sure. So that's that. I hope that's cool. I hope you agree that is a good idea. And like I said, it's very situational. So I may get there, or we may get there and say, you know what, this isn't really fitting well, but I think that we'll be able to fit it in good. I think it'll work. So, all right. So real fast, I guess while I'm doing this, I will talk about arrangement a little. So, In Your Presence, first song, I've been practicing that song every day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard it is to sing, I think it's kind of hard. The reason I think it's hard is because some of the words, they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable for me to say or to sing. So I've been working on how my pronunciation and things of that. So I'm working hard on it. I'm really honing in on that song and trying to and do my best. But the arrangement is going to be exactly like the original. I don't have anything different I would do. I want to keep it pretty much like it is. If you haven't heard this song, definitely spend a lot of time. Because I mean, even when when I decided that I wanted to do it, I really wasn't that familiar with it. And I think I was just listening to that album one day, and the song just started to really speak to me, really just like, wow, like, this is an incredible song, and I really felt like it was speaking to me and speaking to our church, and it was just a moment. I texted Mitch right away, and I said, hey, have you ever heard In Your Presence? I think I want to do this. And we had originally talked about doing Cornerstone. When I was down there, he had actually mentioned, we had talked about the song Cornerstone, how we liked it, and I love Cornerstone, which is by Hillsong. I think it's an awesome song. And I even started to kind of practice it. I was like, okay, this is one that we could probably do. But I kind of felt like the song really had no purpose for us at this time, lyrically and stuff. So it didn't really fit well. So In Your Presence kind of just shut up and said, hey, so God I think he really worked through that. So In Your Presence, awesome song. If you haven't heard it, sorry. I hope you will listen to it a lot and get used to it. I listen to it every day. At least, I listen to it a few times at least every day, just to try to really familiarize myself with it. So So like I said, the arrangement for In Your Presence is pretty much going to stay where it's at. It's in the key of B. It's actually originally in C. So I'm singing it a half step down, and I'm not about to sing it right now, just to let you know. It's a half step down from the original, and that worked out great because Jen is doing the next two in B. So that really worked out, that we can keep those all in the same key and have some fluent transitions there. That's going to work out nice. But the bridge kind of goes into a kind of like a double time, and that's going to be really hard to capture, I think, for us, having no drums. Where it kind of goes from just playing into the bridge, which is double time, where it seems like it's faster, but it's not. So I don't know if we're going to be able to make that sound good. I've been trying to do it myself, and I don't know. I don't know if it's just going to be too weird. So that's something that we need to discuss. Options. It's either going to be keeping that, or just opening it up. So we will figure that out. All right, and so the arrangement for God of the City. As far as I'm concerned, it can pretty much stay the way it originally is. It's pretty straightforward. This is probably I would probably say this is probably the more difficult song that we're doing. And when I mean difficult, I don't mean that it's hard to play. Basically what I'm saying is that I think it's hard to produce it, hard to get it together, to get it to sound good. It just has its own kind of flow, and it's strange. So I've never heard a female lead this, so I'm really interested in hearing Jen lead it. So and also this song is not written by Chris Tomlin. I could have up who it's written by, but I don't. But it's not written by Chris Tomlin, and the people who wrote it, I believe Chris Tomlin has changed the chord progression for the verse, because the chord progression in CCLI is not what Chris Tomlin is playing. And I've looked at that once. I'm not 100% sure, so if I'm wrong, I'm about 95% sure. I'm pretty sure. I just wanted to throw that out there in case there was a small chance, but I'm fairly confident that his progression for the verses is just a 1-5-6-4. So that's the progression that we're gonna play. Ultimate guitar. If you look up God of the City, Chris Tomlin, excuse me, you're gonna find that progression that I'm talking about, and the number one, the most best rated chord is what I'm gonna use, and I'll throw a link to that as well. So so that song, like I said, we're gonna pretty much follow the original. I mean, I can go ahead and say we're pretty much gonna follow the original arrangement of all of them. Why not? Because I think that's gonna be the easiest way for us to practice. It's kind of a template for us to use, so we can all listen to it and say, okay, this is the way it's going. That makes sense. That's an easy one. So God of the City and Greater are both in B, so our transition should be very seamless, and that's something that we'll try to just put together while we're there, but it should be very easy. With the pad continuing, it will connect the two songs very well, and we'll have no problem transitioning those two songs. I would love for us just to come right out of that chorus of God of the City, right into the chorus of Greater. And then we could just, and I guess that's probably a little bit, as I just saying that, is a little different from the original. So Greater, we'll start with the chorus, sing the chorus one time, and then probably just continue into the verse and continue the song as usual. So Kendall and I have gotten together and we formed a list of equipment that we need. So as far as, what we need to bring or what you need to bring, Ray, I think, we've talked about your board. That's going to work out great. I know that I think we've talked about cables and all that good stuff. I know, Ray, you talked about you had a Beta 58. I mean, if you brought that, I'm sure that might be great for Jen if you would let her use it. I've never used a Beta, but I do know that they're a little better than the normal SM58. So if you could bring that, that would be awesome. But as far as cables, I think I guess you're a Rundle campus. We're pretty much using the speakers from there. I think we're going to pretty much use everything from there. So I think all that's taken care of. Well, I hope this has been not too boring, not too long. I hope this was better than reading something I typed. I think I would rather do this than type. I don't even know how I would even type this. This would be like 5 pages, but I would love for you, Jen, and you, Ray, and myself to somehow get together, whether it's on Google Plus Hangouts. That's something new to me as well. You say Google Plus, I don't know what that is. I don't really know what it is either, but Kendall and Mitch have been kind of getting me on it here lately. So and it works really well. Like I said, I don't know about the latency issues, how that would work. But we could try it. And of course, iChat, whatever. If there's a way for us to use technology to practice, that would be kind of cool. And like I said, I might be making an effort to come down there. I think that would be awesome. I think that would be the best thing we could do. I know I would feel a lot comfortable if we could get together, because the stress of having to get there that day, Friday, and had to set up and have to kind of just have a sorry, I'm dying. Have a quick run through and have no idea what it's going to sound like. That's a little scary, to be honest. So so we'll have to figure something out. We'll like I said, we'll get together. We'll think of something. So like I said, it's coming fast. I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time on these songs and making sure that I can play them to the best of my ability. And because I want to do, I want to have excellence. That's really important to me, is to be excellent in everything we do. So I'm excited. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Really excited about Piedmont. I can't tell you, can't explain how excited I am. I know I don't look excited right now. It's as excited as I can get, but super, super excited. All right, well, I hope this helps. I hope this gave me some info. Ray and Jen, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Super excited about our future and what God is doing. So you can always give me a call. Give me a text, whatever you want to do. I'm always available, always willing to talk about, especially talk about Piedmont. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.